Good morning, everybody. Friday, August 31st, last day of August. You know what that means? New indictment count numbers this weekend. Once they're posted, I'll let you know what the new count is. It's about 45,000, just over that right now. Average we've been seeing is about 5,000 a month, so my best estimation should be around 50,000, but we'll see if it slows down at all. Also, I think I've said before that in these videos, I'm going to start splitting them up a bit, doing them more topically, shorter, rather than rolling through like 50 different articles in one video. Just do it topically, so that way they'll be shorter, more to the point. It'll be easier for me to keep my own mind on track, like I said, rather than going through 50 different articles over a bunch of different subjects. Just keep it on one subject, and then also means more videos for you guys. So let's get to it. This one's going to be about Q. A lot of Q posts yesterday, some things breaking in the news. Trump had a rally that we'll talk about, so let's get to it. We're going to start with post 1996 here. Q linking two Washington Post articles, one of them from yesterday, saying the QAnon conspiracy movement is very unpopular. And then the other article from a week ago said Trump's historic unpopularity is a big important story. Q says, notice any similarities? Washington Post, the CIA poster child of propaganda media. It's not unpopular at all. Not unpopular at all. Post 1997, Q then says, spooks are spooked. Clowns inserted Snowden 2 last year. We'll talk about Snowden in a minute here, but the operation failed. Expect another big coordinated number 3 wave of attacks by the fake news. Those who are attacked the most are the biggest threat. Bring it! I can't wait. I cannot wait. Post 1999, Q says, think about this. Did the Washington Post dedicate resources to conduct an actual poll regarding QAnon? All for conspiracy. Ask yourself, why? Why would this be going on if Q was fake, if Q was a LARP, if Q was some pimple-faced dude in his mom's basement eating Cheetos and trolling on 8chan? No, not at all, because that's not what it is at all. Post 2000. This one ruffled some people's jimmies, but I got some thoughts on this. It says, to preserve the republic, some things must remain buried, Q said. This was in response to an Anon that said it sure would be nice to see the truth come out regarding McStain, McBrain cancer, John McCain, no name, whatever you want to call him. I know you can't say anything on the board, but he and we the people do not deserve the bullshit soap opera regarding the clown. Q saying to preserve the republic, some things have to stay quiet. Now, of course, a lot of people out there, and this has been my mindset in the past as well, where I was like, we deserve the full truth, nothing but the truth. Just put it all out there right now. We can handle it. Okay? And then some people get upset when Q says, we actually have to keep some things secret. And like I said, I used to have this mindset of just put it all out there, but as I started thinking about it a little more critically, a little more logically, it actually totally makes sense. And I am behind that idea to keep some things secret. And in a later post right here, this one, 2002, Q says, we believe in full transparency, hence the reason why we are here, hence the reason why the people are being updated by these insider white hats being Q, but emphasis on some things. The world is connected. Some things would irreparably harm our ability to advance. Think about that. Irreparably harm. If all things were disclosed, even the deepest, darkest shit, we're talking human sacrifice, we're talking the nastiest pedo shit that these elites are into, that would cause so much chaos that we don't want to deal with. It would not help us restore our republic. In fact, it would probably destroy it, because not only would people be so shocked that they would be crying, and we don't want to deal with that, right? I mean, there's going to be some consoling that we have to do when truth is released, but if these deep, dark things were released, I mean, we can't sit there for months and coddle people while they're trying to deal with it, right? And also, not only that, but they would get angry and violent. I'm sure there'd be so many people out there lighting up Molotov cocktails, taking it to every governmental building they can find, and searching for the address of these deep staters to just go, point is that it would not be conducive to the Great Awakening, to getting things restored in order and justice served, proper justice served, right? Not vigilante justice. So that's why I am on board with the idea that some things must remain buried. But then again, think of it this way. You and I, those who, peruse the deeper, more truthful areas of the internet, we might not have the fine details, but we can definitely extrapolate and speculate as to what those buried things are. And just think, that'll be our little secret, right? Our little secret. We won't. And the greater public will become open to it in time and be able to handle it in time, maybe later down the road. But for now, bury them. I'm for it. We need to keep the peace, okay? Post 2001, this gets into Snowden a little bit. And Anon asks, or says, did the Washington Post dedicate resources to conduct an actual poll regarding QAnon? Here's a better question. Does the WAPO skew all polls? I'd bet good money they do. Of course they do. Not just the Washington Post, but even all of these official polling sources, such as Rasmussen and others, absolutely, they skew the shit out of their polls. Who would we to think that they don't? I mean, any kind of scientific poll, scientific study, majority of it's all bullshit. All across the board. Every single one, this Anon says. Q then posts a couple screenshots saying fake news, especially the screenshot of Snowden right here. Snowden says there may never be a safer election in which to vote for a third option, posting a New York Times poll. Okay, so thoughts on Snowden. A lot of people think Snowden's some kind of white hat, trying to disclose government secrets, etc., etc. But here's a couple things that have made me always question Snowden. Why would Snowden, A, have a blue check mark? That must be nice. And B, have a feature-length Hollywood film devoted after him. That must be real nice. You're not going to get these things if you are an actual white hat, an actual patriot, somebody trying to disclose real truth. The thing about Snowden, he was a clown. He was a CIA contractor who got into the NSA, who leaked NSA secrets to try to stifle the white hat's ability to take down the deep state. That was Snowden's job. That's why he got a blue check mark. Hollywood film. That's why Snowden's not dead or, locked away in some embassy that he can't get out of, i.e. Assange. So understand that about Snowden. And when Q made reference to Snowden number 2, this is what he was talking about up here. So an Anon did some digging. Q said, good find. The marathon media is working it hard. This is in regards to Snowden number 2. So in 2016, a retired U.S. Navy officer, his name was Harold Thomas Martin, got found with 10,000 DVDs, all kinds of highly sensitive data, even like a few $1,000 worth of stolen government property. This was that Snowden number 2. He was going to try to leak more NSA secrets to try to make the public and the Congress have an excuse to clamp down on the NSA. You see, clamp down on Patriot actions, NSA actions. So luckily, this dude was stopped. Snowden number 2. Backtrack a sec. Let's go back to these posts. 2003. Q posted a link to a tweet from Donald Trump saying everything stated has a meaning. What is the significance of Nellie Orr being fluent in Russian? In Trump's tweet, it's exactly what he said. Wow, Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr's wife, is a Russia expert who is fluent in Russian. Q then asks, the farm requires select skill sets. What position might this language be useful with? Well, if you are a double agent coming from the CIA, they're going to want you fluent in Russian and American so you can be that bridge. As Q said, right? That bridge between two sides, that spy. And by Q saying the farm requires select skill sets, the farm refers to something called Camp Peary, which is a secret, quote, secret. It's pretty funny. The CIA is so arrogant to think that so many of their activities are secret. They're not secret at all. The farm is Camp Peary, which is a secret CIA training facility in Virginia. Q's saying the farm requires select skill sets like being fluent in Russian. Nellie Orr, I would imagine, is some kind of covert clown agent. Makes sense. Post 2004, Fox News link, has POTUS made a statement since being elected that didn't end up being proven factually true? No. Everything stated by POTUS will be made public. Follow the leader. And this link right here was about the China hack. Gohmert doubles down after FBI dismisses claim of Clinton server hack. So the FBI is basically claiming that, no, Clinton's server was not compromised. It was not hacked. And in fact, that is true. That is true because Clinton's server never got hacked. She opened it up, pay to play. She let them have access. So technically the FBI is being truthful here, but they're not being fully truthful. They're not saying that, oh yeah, we knew that Hillary Clinton opened up her server, pay to play. And just, it makes total sense that the Chinese didn't hack it and that Clinton sold the data because everything these elites do is for money or power or control. Why would Clinton have a separate unsecured server just for shits and giggles? No, she's going to do something with it. She's going to sell data on it. Data to the rogue Chinese intelligence so they can do shit with it. Makes total sense there. We went over post 2005. 2006 here is a lot of rhetorical statements just to outline, just to hammer some ideas home in your head. Emotions cloud judgment. Why is Huber being discussed now? I'd imagine because the hammer is going to drop soon in some way, shape, or form. Why is Huber being discussed now? Why is Huber all of a sudden being grouped into the anti-Sessions, remove, fire, nothing being done talk, discussed by right or left? I've actually seen both right and left people try to be anti-Sessions. Huber did not directly interview, insert name. Huber did not do this. Huber did not do that. Sessions didn't do this. Sessions didn't do that. When will Sessions do this, do that? Who does Huber work with specifically? Answer to that, Inspector General. Who investigates? Answer to that, Inspector General. Who prosecutes? Answer to that, Huber. Well, Sessions is doing everything he was supposed to do, which was install Huber, so Huber could do his work with the Inspector General, right? Inspector General investigates, Huber prosecutes. Huber has a team of 470 individuals working with him and a shitload of resources to do all of this. Huber plus IG plus 470 people. Inside or outside of the swamp in DC, Huber is outside. He's a Utah attorney, which allows him to be free of all that corrupt nonsense in city-state DC. How many members of Congress are not seeking re-election? A shitload. Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is one of them not seeking re-election. How many senators have resigned or not seeking another term? A lot. How many senior FBI have been removed? How many senior DOJ have been removed? A lot. Nothing to see here. If nothing was being done by Huber and Sessions, we would not have so many members of Congress stepping down, people in the DOJ and the FBI being removed or cooperating witnesses. All this stuff wouldn't be going on. And all this talk for a second special counsel is nonsense because in this next post, Q says, but we should attack while corrupt members of the DOJ, FBI, and New York Attorney General are still in place. Being facetious here, Q is. But we should use the second special counsel in DC, a team of 20 people, and wait 2 to 4 years and hope for the best with no control. But. It's nonsense. All these second special counsel narratives and Huber's doing nothing, Sessions doing nothing. It's all talk that doesn't have logic behind it. It's emotional responses. Q says big rally tonight. We'll talk about that in a second. But we went through a lot of posts yesterday afternoon that left some people confused, but it's actually very exciting. So we have these right here, Snow White 3 offline, 4, 6, 7 offline, bunch of things called Snow White offline, and then a lot of things called Corona being taken offline. Corona 1, Corona 4, Corona 8, Corona 16, all offline. Q then says, blind eyes in the sky, shall we play a game? So what this refers to is that Snow White are the CIA's supercomputers. There was a Q post from months ago, can't remember the exact month, that said Snow White 1, 3, and 5 were offline. And now we have the rest offline. Or maybe it was 1, 2, and 5. We have 3, 4, 6, 7. So the rest of the Snow White supercomputers the CIA has are offline, and their Corona satellites. Corona refers to a program name for CIA reconnaissance and other satellites. Now all of those are offline. Q saying blind eyes in the sky, meaning these satellites and the CIA itself is running blind right now. Shall we play a game? So these the white hats, the alliance, Q is really taking it down to the CIA, and that's why 8chan kept getting a bunch of error messages last night, because right when all of this Snow White Corona stuff started dropping, they started hitting the Chans hard. So Q says disruption end, good to go. Something called Big Bird 9 is offline too. I'm not exactly sure what Big Bird meant, but probably something along the same vein. Computer satellite, some sort of CIA infrastructure. Post 2019, please keep POTUS safe. We will gladly end our lives to ensure he lives more than you can imagine. And then the last few posts here. GCHQ sent distress signal last night. NSA no more. I would imagine this means that some sort of rogue foreign intelligence, GCHQ meaning Britain, no longer has backdoor access into the NSA. That's how I'm taking that. Q says main frequency bands terminated. Sorry, guys. Sorry, clowns. And then last couple posts here to go over. Q links 2 Fox News articles. This one, Department of Justice's Bruce Orr kept Mueller deputy in the loop about anti-Trump dossier. So the Mueller investigation, strings are unraveling with that. I even saw Rudy Giuliani saying that he's going to draft up some sort of document to basically try and end the Mueller investigation. And then this next link, Trump threatens DOJ, FBI to start doing their job or he'll get involved during Indiana rally. Everything he says is going to come true. Follow the leader, Q said. So we'll see how that turns out. Q then quotes, the whole world is watching. So last night during Trump's rally there in Indiana, he made a couple interesting quotes, another couple confirmations between Q and Trump. Trump said the whole world is watching. We've had multiple posts from Q over many months that have said the whole world is watching. So that's a Qism. The Q said, or Trump said, excuse me. And then another Qism that Trump said was fight, fight, fight. Q repeatedly has said fight, fight, fight. Rallying the Anons, rallying the troops. Trump said that as well. Fight, fight, fight. I think he even saw he made another air Q, but I wasn't quite sure of that one. And then last post here, 2025, Q Punisher logo. I used to love that movie. I still love that movie. Punisher was awesome. And then Twitter link here, Trump on Hillary Clinton. He also said last night during his rally, look at what she is getting away with, but let's see if she gets away with it. Signaling right there. So that's everything I wanted to cover in regards to Q. I always say these videos are going to be short, but they end up being 15 to 20 minutes anyway. I'll be doing a couple other videos today on other topics. And that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.